Electric jumper jet. It's a sport gear that lets you jump high, about 5 to 6 meters, and land safely. At its core is the yet-to-be-invented surge battery, which provides short bursts of high-intensity current to drive those high-speed propellers. This is one of those ideas I had, a design of mine. I mean, it surely does look fascinating, but there are a lot of question marks around it. I think it will take about 10 years before you can get one of these. Ideas, ideas, ideas. Ideas worth spreading. That's what reads below the TED logo, which notifies that, you know what? Some ideas are not worth spreading. Some ideas are just dumb. And I'm not talking about the Batman Snuggie and the pet rock, because those sold millions, people. Millions. Those are two brilliant ideas right there. I'm talking about legit engineering or business ideas that will never see the light of day. We all have a lot of them. Especially us engineers at MIT have too many of them. Piles of ideas that will be forgotten. Coming from academia, I can tell you that only about 10% of the ideas will be published in the form of a paper. Only 1% will be patented. And only about 0.1% will actually become a business and impact the world. Now, these are rough numbers, but if you ask any academic or innovator, he or she will probably answer the same. This means that only 1 in 1,000 ideas can do actually some good out there, which is an insanely low yield. I mean, it takes about 10 to 15 years to come up with 1,000 ideas or publish 100 papers, even in top schools. So why is this happening? Why is it that 90% of the ideas go nowhere? Well, you may say because some ideas are just dumb. Remember the Batman Snuggie and the pet rock? Which is a fair answer, but in fact a very subjective one. These two examples actually show that an idea that might be considered useless and ridiculous from one's perspective can actually be interesting and successful from others' perspective. Plus, even if half of these ideas were not working and just plain wrong, you still have 45% of good ideas that for some reason won't make it out there. You want to know why? Because we don't put them out there. They stay with us. We don't communicate them. The problem is not just with the ideas, but also with us inventors. We tend to abandon our ideas because we don't have enough confidence or immediate interest in them, or we tend to possess them and lock them up because we think they are too precious. And there's no other options, really. Academic publications are too time-consuming and extremely narrow for these types of ideas, and patenting is too expensive. So I turned to online platforms and tried using blogs and YouTube and TEDx talks, but none of them worked as efficiently as I wanted them to. All of these platforms requires a lot of production, a lot of lights and cameras, and all these people behind the scene editing to convey a single idea. This lengthy production puts a lot of pressure on the ideator. So I was losing hope on this. I have a busy job. I mean, I have to do actual research, and I couldn't afford to spend this much time on each idea. Until one night, as I was going through my older idea sketchbooks, I saw this design from 1999. It was an apparatus that was supposed to let me see my Game Boy Color screen in 3D through stereo vision. This was basically my first version of virtual reality headset at the age of 16, which, by the way, wouldn't work because there was no parallax in the scene. But the fact that I could look at this one picture and understand an idea from 17 years ago just hit me. I was like, a picture is worth 1,000 words. What if it could fit every idea into one picture, one beautiful, comprehensive sketch that says it all? Sounded like a great idea. I immediately started to build up my sketching skills over the weekends. Thanks to online tutorials, I went from something like this to something like this in about a year. Then I started to get connected to other concept artists online and discovered this amazing platform called Computer Graphics Society, or CG Society. This is an online platform that allows millions of concept artists around the world to share their illustrations with each other in high resolutions. This is a great website for artistic studies. It's full of cool pictures of aliens and robots, but there's not much science going on here, really. And that's exactly what I want to change. Together with CG Society, we basically want to bring the brains of MIT to the hands of Marvel Studio artists. How cool is that? The result is what we call the Imaginarium of Technology, a place where engineering ideas can come to life and inspire. This platform allows you to match up with an artist. So you can either upload your idea in the form of an illustration, or you can describe it to an artist to have it illustrated. The ideas are tagged and organized into this gallery of sketches, as you can see here. So these are my ideas, for example. And if you're interested in any of them, you can just click on it and learn more about it. Or you can start a conversation with the creator of the idea. Some of these ideas are published online immediately. The others are cherry-picked by a panel of artists and scientists from Marvel Studios and MIT. These selected ideas are then showcased in events such as this one, or MIT Members Week, where there are a lot of companies present. This gives these poor ideas the chance to reach the right people. Each idea has a unique ID, so whoever is interested can directly contact the creator and endorse the idea based on a mutual agreement. So far, we have had 3 idea exhibitions on topics such as autonomous cars and virtual reality, and these idea exhibitions have been received amazingly well because pictures are powerful and they can go even beyond the language barrier. Yes, if you're a company with IP-sensitive materials, or if you have a conflict of interest, then this might not be the right platform for you. But if you're a creative individual trying to impact the world by resurrecting some of your ideas, let me assure you that this is the best place to put those ideas into some use. Okay, I've been talking about 10 minutes now to convey to you one idea of the Imaginarium of Technology in the TED format. Now I will take 1 minute to give you 2 ideas in the form of 2 pictures. 2 pictures that can make an impact and potentially save lives. This is to show you how powerful the art and science can be hand in hand. Are you ready for this? This is the infinity ladder. It's a rollable ladder that is stretched out by a set of drones. So the drones fly up to the wall and lash to the top of the wall, and then you can climb up the stretched out ladder. The tagline reads, "No walls can ever stop humans again." Simple engineering, people. Here's a centimeter-sized robotic pill that stays in your stomach and is charged wirelessly. Some futurists predict that we will have microbot injected to our bloodstream. But being an engineer, I think that's far-fetched. I think this is a more practical solution for merging with machines or whatever that is. So these robots filter out the excessive toxins and things like fat and sugar that is in your diet. So in the future, you can feel less guilty when biting into your burger. The tagline reads, "Every diet is perfect." I think someone somewhere should work on these ideas, but I cannot suddenly quit my job and start following all of these random ideas. I think you get the point now. I want to thank everyone who jumped on board with me and made this possible. This is really a call to my fellow scientists and artists. Don't let your ideas die. Don't just draw random monsters and aliens. Let us come together and communicate something at the peak of intellectual value, something that is both beautiful and functional. Let us take a second look at ideas not worth spreading. Thank you.